Hi everyone. In our second question for today's tutorial, we have the question: solve for x the equation square root x minus 1 is equal to square root of the cube root of 3x into 1 minus x. How do we go about this? Let's start. Square root of x minus 1 equals square root of cube root of 3x into 1 minus x. To solve for x. Okay, now the very first thing is to bring everything in index form. We have to bring this expression into index form first, and then we will now see what to do. All right, so here square root means power half, and so we have x minus 1 to the power half in index form. Here we have square root power half, cube root power 1/3 of all of this expression. So let's write that out. 3x into 1 minus x cube root square root. Okay, applying our laws of indices, 1/3 multiplied to a half is 1/6. And so we have x minus 1 to the power half is equal to, open this parenthesis, 3x minus 3x squared into 1/3 multiplied to a half is 1/6. That's what we get. So next we should remove the smaller power. The smaller power 1/6. Okay, to remove 1/6, we see that if we take the power 6 here, 6 is going to cancel, and then the 1/6 will disappear. All right, to respect equality, we should also take power 6 of the left hand side. So we see 2 here cancels. Here we have 3, and 6 cancels at 6. And so finally we have x minus 1 cube is equal to 3x minus 3x squared. This is what we get. On the left hand side, we have x minus 1 cube. So let us expand the left hand side. That is the same as x minus 1 into x minus 1 into x minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 3x squared. Let's expand this. Let's first of all expand this one. We have x minus 1 into x minus 1. X multiplied to x, x squared, x multiplied to negative 1, negative x. Negative 1 multiplied to x, negative x. Negative 1 multiplied to negative 1, positive 1. And so this here will be x minus 1 into x squared minus x gives us minus 2x. Minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 3x minus 3x squared. Okay, let's continue the expansion. Now we take x multiplied to x squared, we obtain x cubed. X multiplied to negative 2x gives us negative 2x squared. X multiplied to 1 gives us positive x. We now take negative 1 multiplied to x squared minus x squared. Negative 1 multiplied to negative 2x gives us positive 2x. Negative 1 multiplied to positive 1 gives us negative 1, equals to 3x minus 3x squared. Now we see negative 2x squared and negative 2x squared and negative x squared. That gives us negative 3x squared. So we obtain x cubed minus 3x squared. We also have x plus 2x. That gives us plus 3x. Plus 3x. Then minus 1 is equal to 3x minus 3x squared. Now we see negative 3x squared on the left hand side, negative 3x squared on the right hand side, negative 3x squared on the left hand side. So they just cancel out. Since they are the same term, if you are bringing this one this way, it will become positive 3x squared. So positive 3x squared minus 3x squared is 0. Also, we have positive 3x on the right hand side and positive 3x on the left hand side. So they also cancel out. Okay, if you want to bring this 3x from the right hand side to the left hand side, it will become minus 3x. So 3x minus 3x is 0. So finally, we obtain x cubed minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, we'll get to this level. X cubed minus 1 equals 0. We'll end up with this cubic polynomial. Again, we should avoid the error where we come and take the negative 1 from the left hand side to the right hand side to have positive 1, and then we take cube roots of both sides to say that we have x equals 1 as our solution. Actually, x equals 1 is one of the solutions, but this is a cubic equation. Every cubic equation must have 3 solutions. In our question, our domain of our solution or our set of solution was not restricted to the set of real numbers. So we are forced to get all possible solutions, including complex solutions. So this is just one of the solutions. We're supposed to have 3 solutions. How do we get the 3 solutions? Okay, so we have to solve x cubed minus 1 equals 0. We can see clearly that x cubed minus 1 is actually a difference of 2 cubes, because we can write this as x cubed minus 1 cube. Writing 1 as 1 cube makes us see clearly that it's a difference of 2 cubes. It does not change our original equation because 1 cube is just 1. This helps us see clearly that it's a difference of 2 cubes, and so we can apply the difference of cubes identity to be able to solve our equation easily. So applying the difference of cubes identity, we obtain x minus 1 into x squared plus their product plus 1 squared. So we have 2 expressions multiplied to give us 0. So either the first expression is 0, and if that is the case, it means x is 1. All right, this is the solution that we had. X is 1 is our first solution. Or the second expression, x squared plus x minus plus 1 is equal to 0. Here we have a quadratic equation, and every quadratic equation must give us 2 solutions. So to solve this quadratic equation, we should collect our coefficients carefully. The x squared coefficient is 1, the x term coefficient is 1, and the constant is 1. So when we use the quadratic formula, x equals minus b plus minus the root of b squared minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a, we are going to come up with the remaining 2 solutions of our cubic equation. Now let's put in the values of a, b, c accurately. So we have x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the root of 1 squared minus 4 into 1 into 1 all over 2 into 1. This gives us x is equal to negative 1 plus minus the root of 1 squared is 1 minus 4 all over 2. It gives us negative 1 plus minus the root of negative 3 all over 2. Now, what is the root of negative 3? the root of negative 3 can be written as the root of negative 1 multiplied to 3, which is root of negative 1 multiplied to root of 3. Root of negative 1, we all know, is an imaginary number represented as I. So we just take that imaginary number and we multiply to root 3. So root of negative 3 is plus or minus I root 3. Let's take this and put it there. So we're saying x is now equal to negative 1 plus or minus I root 3 all over 2. So the remaining two solutions are x equals negative 1. We take the plus first, I root 3 all over 2. All right, or x equals negative 1. We'll now take the subtraction minus I root 3 all over 2. So this gives our solutions, the three solutions to our cubic equation, which is x equals 1, x equals negative 1 plus I root 3 all over 2, x equals negative 1 minus I root 3 all over 2.